Fine.
Welcome to the Ribeye Radio Show, the official show of the Steak Cook-Off Association. Now, sit back, grab a cold one, and let's see what's cooking.
We're back. It's episode 10 of Ribeye Radio, sponsored today by Red Box Smokers.
Here from beautiful Bedford, Texas. Not going to be here too much longer. Headed to the beach to do the family vacation.
That's truly suffering for the team, isn't it, Kenny?
It is. I will miss you.
That's
I
right.
wish I was along. Where are you going to be?
I'm going to Colorado. St. Mary's Glacier. They say it's beautiful.
Gosh, our first event in Colorado. That's exciting.
I think it's going to be good. As of right now, we have 27 teams. I think it'll creep up to about 30.
That's great. I see a lot of people from around here are going.
It's going to have a Texas flavor for sure. The promoter out there is he's from here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I think there's about 10 teams from Texas going.
Awesome.
It's crazy. So we've got some neat stuff planned out there. We'll cover that when we get to that section. But this week we introduced a new category, pork steak.
How did that go?
We did the event in Climax Springs, Missouri.
In the Ozarks.
In the Ozarks, yeah. First day we did pork steak, second day pork tenderloin. And I think the feedback was better on pork steak than pork tenderloin. So they liked it. I took a picture of the table, and they were all unique. When we did selection, we didn't even go down and pick one. We just said pick two because, nobody really had an idea what they were looking for on it.
I'm sure it's, the rules will come to us as we need them.
We used the same rules that we talked about on the show last week, and they worked great. In the judging area is really clear for them. So I think that was a good thing. One thing we did learn is the turn-in boxes, we used half pans with foil lids.
Yes.
We don't need to do that.
They'll fit in the traditional 9-inch styrofoam box?
They will, yeah. When they cook, they shrink down a little bit. Some are smaller, some are bigger, and a lot of guys trimmed them up. So they would fit in a standard turn-in box.
That makes sense. At home, they fit on a dinner plate, so...
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a real neat contest.
I'm doing one next weekend with Mark Lambert at his Operation Barbecue Relief event, so I'll get to see it firsthand.
I think it'll be a neat experience, and I think might be something here to stay. I think this will be a popular ancillary.
Yes, it should be about grilling. We're grillers, and so doing other types of proteins, great idea.
It's another steak.
Yes.
So it went good. Another thing I noticed, I bet you half the teams cooked on a Red Box smoker. Because at awards we called out, hey, what'd you cook on? And a couple guys cooked on their pit barrel smokers, a couple guys their PK grills, and a bunch of guys cooked on a Red Box smoker.
Well, that's a great segue into our next topic of conversation.
Red Box is the official sponsor. Red Box Smokers is official sponsor now of SCA.
Yes, that's great. Our first true smoker equipment manufacturer. Mark's going to be at the championship, and we are going to have a bit of a special between now and the end of the year, I believe.
As usual, it pays to be a member. If you're a member of SCA, you can order a Red Box smoker on his website, which is SSOMD, Sweet Swine of Mine, Distributing. And if you use a discount code SCA Deal, you'll get $50 off for being a member of SCA. So, another great deal. These things will fit in the back of your truck. They're big enough to do about three pork butts if you're smoking in it.
Okay.
But guys are using it for the pork steaks. They're throwing them in there. I guess they're doing a reverse sear, or
they could use a reverse sear for anything.
Yeah, or they're cooking them all the way. I think it's it's just like the PK. It's portable.
I believe Mark is sending us one to do some testing on, so that'll be fun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mark, if you're listening, you better send two, because I'll never see it.
You may have sent it to the wrong person, Mark. Now they're neat. They're stainless steel inside, so they're easy to clean.
Yep.
And then that foil pan is a catering pan.
Yes.
So you just pop it out. That's your diverter.
It'd be a fun way to teach your kids some smoking and
Absolutely.
cooking as well, because it has that small feel to it. But it is really lean and mean. It really is a good fit for us.
He also said if you throw 26 Kingsford briquettes in there, and then throw a spatchcock chicken on the top shelf, 50 minutes, you got a perfect chicken.
Wow.
That's what he said.
It'll be a fun test. So.
I'll try it out. So
thank you to Mark, and we should go live with that offer today on the website, so keep your eyes open, folks. It's a great deal.
Pays to be a member.
Yeah, it does. Good work.
In Florida, Haskett had his event this weekend. He gave away a pellet cooker.
Uh-huh.
For first place, guy actually got a pellet cooker as well, but he made it to where you had to be a member to get it. And all but one guy at that event of 42 or 43 teams, I believe. I think it was 43. All but one of them became a member of SCA. So it was neat. Now we got a lot of members in Florida. We've got more promotions like that on the way.
You know, the more members we get, the easier it is for us to go to sponsors and get deals for the membership and to send demo stuff out to the events.
Absolutely. I was checking out the show, getting ready for the show, and I was looking at our stats.
Yeah.
And have you seen this yet?
No.
Obviously, our most listened to market is United States, right?
Yes.
This was the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
What is the second highest market?
Probably Australia.
The Dominican Republic.
That's interesting.
I know. It may be, I mean, we don't have any events there. I don't know if a signal gets bounced there or if we're just...
Maybe our acronym SCA has some meaning down there we don't know about.
Maybe it stands for sexy men. That's why they're listening.
Maybe they just enjoy the show.
Maybe they just
interesting.
Like the show.
Who was next?
Then Canada and then Australia.
Okay. Makes sense.
And since we started the show, it's USA, Canada, and Australia. That's kind of our order of. But for some reason, it popped up.
We're not getting any pop in Europe, huh?
Netherlands was after Australia.
Okay. Very
so
good.
Netherlands is on there, and there's a little bit, it kind of breaks down after that. But those were the major markets. I thought that was neat.
Well, Kenny Meeks, you're not alone.
That's right, Kenny and his whole family. Let's see. I finally got the event in Australia booked down, or Austria, in Venice, Austria.
That's Germany. It's kind of Western Germany. That's where my mother's ancestors came from. Yes.
Well, it looks cold.
Probably is. They were stonemasons and beer makers, go figure.
Shocker.
That's in my DNA.
I think so.
Mix that with a little Irish and German blood, and wow.
You got a full bar.
Full bar.
Full bar. Anyway, that guy's excited. They're talking about doing grilled cheese burgers, and steak over there, I believe.
I'm surprised they didn't do brats or something.
Hey, if I talk to him, maybe.
Wiener schnitzel, a little schnitzel.
It's just, I wanted to run down the list.
Pork steak is virtually schnitzel.
Almost. On the our sponsors, I'm just going to run down the list and then we can talk about it a little bit.
Okay. Love our sponsors.
PK Grills, RecTech Grills, Pelican Coolers, Fire Butler, Townsend Spice and Supply, Kingsford Charcoal Grill Grates, Unknown Barbecue Products, Dripping Springs Vodka, Red Box Smokers, Bloody Revolution, and Diamond King. Now, a couple of these guys, you can get $50 off of the PK with us if you just order a regular PK.
Yep, call me.
Call Ken. You can also call Ken and order a PK 360 and get a bigger discount off of that, I believe.
Yes.
Is that right? Perfect.
Very nice discount.
And we also have a PK bundle if you want to order a shirt or a grill grates, and a hat.
The trifecta.
It's on the website, and you'll save about $80 on that, I believe. And Grill Grate, they'll give 15% off if you're a SCA member. Redbox, we just talked about that.
$50.
$50 off with them. So
pretty good percentage-wise on, $400, $50 is...
No, it's great.
15%.
Yeah. No, they're doing a great job. I mean, these guys are really supporting the cookers, and we're thankful to have them all as sponsors.
I don't know how they make them for that. I mean, there's a lot of material. They're pretty stout smokers, so...
I don't know. They're built right. I checked one out this weekend.
Painting probably costs $50.
Probably. All right, we got some judging classes coming up. I don't have the full list ahead of me here, but we just added a new one in Wildwood, Missouri on 9/21. I know the next day we're having a class in Rollville, Mississippi. So we've got plenty coming up. There's one September 13th in the DFW area here in Bedford at the beautiful corporate offices. Beautiful. That's funny. Anyway, I think that's it in classes. We got more later in the year. Just check the website.
How'd the last weekend go? Let's talk a little bit about our weekend.
I went to Climax Springs. It was a great event. It was for Operation Barbecue Relief. Stan did a fundraiser for them, and they held it at, it's basically PK Lake.
Yes.
Camp Possum
on a bigger
Hollow.
scale. Did you know that the Lake of the Ozarks has more shoreline than the entire state of California?
Does it really?
Yeah.
Where'd you pull that out of?
Out of the TV show Ozark.
Ozark,
Which,
okay.
by the way, everyone needs to watch.
Well, this was a camp that was very similar to PK Lake. You know, it had your clubhouse there with a restaurant bar in it, and then it had a swimming pool, the lake, and cabins. So it reminded me a lot of it. What was cool is it was the same exact atmosphere, just with different group of people. So that's still that same SCA fun was there. It was just in a different location with different people. That was really neat. And it
On the temperature, I saw you guys in coats, and I was like sweating like a dog.
We were all wearing. No, it never got real cold there at all.
Well, some people in some photographs had jackets on.
Yeah, because it rained like a bad dog. We had a flood. Ended up with 3 inches of water in the judging area.
Wow.
So they cleaned all that out overnight. We got it cleaned up, ready for the next day. That's the night I fell on the banana peel.
That's it. I like. I like those 2 for events where folks can go in and do 2 events.
Yeah, we did 2.
It's getting really popular.
That was neat.
I think that's going to be a real thing next year.
I think what would be neat is 2 events in one day.
Yeah.
Start in the morning, do 1 turn-in for 1 cook-off at 1 turn-in at 3. You get 4 steaks in the morning. You do double awards. You're still done by 3 or 4 o'clock, and you ran 2 events.
Interesting.
I thought of that on the way there. That'd be a neat way to do a double event. You wouldn't do an ancillary necessarily. Just do a 1 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, or something like that.
And they can choose which steak to turn in when.
Yeah, you give them, if they're cooking both, you give them 4 steaks. Here you go.
That's interesting. It'd be the world's longest steak selection, but
yeah, steak selection take a while. You'd have to build that extra time in there, but
yeah.
Anyway, just a thought.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I like that. That's how we come up with all these ideas. It's that process.
Well, that was a great event.
Yep. I was in Kirbyville, and great event down there. Andy Carroll puts it on. It's a fundraiser for the local football program, and they set us up in the judging area next to the law enforcement officials and the football coach. They cooked for the public there. Great venue that had water, electricity, great covered area for awards with a stage, some great music. If you missed it this year, folks, I recommend it next year. It's a great one.
Anybody set a grill on fire?
No grill fires.
All right.
So that was a great event. And then we had the GOBS organization doing the event in Omaha.
They ran a double.
Yeah, the Nebraska State Championship.
I think that one went. I talked with Troy up there. He said it went great. Double events. And he's excited. He thinks they're going to do a couple doubles up there next year. And
in Florida. David Haskett put on a great event down there. I talked to some of the participants that went down there, and they had rave reviews for David, how well it ran, and it was good to hear. It's scary when we're not at them all, but it's nice to know that these guys have really stepped up and do a great job.
I know if Haskett's there, it's going to be ran the same as if I'm there or not. That guy's good. Runs a good event. Do you have a picture of those results for Kirbyville?
Yes.
I know a couple of them, but we'll get to those here after.
Why don't you start with yours, and I'll go through.
All right.
We'll get to that later. We're doing things out of order.
We got a lot. That's all right. Upcoming events this weekend, we have the event in Colorado. It's going to be Bloody Marys, steak, and chicken wings. This is the one at St. Mary's Glacier. Mm-hmm. Got a class the day before, actually tomorrow. And then the Bloody Marys, it's going to be done on appearance, or originality, and taste. So they don't have to put a cup on the lid. They can decorate this thing.
Put a lid on the cup?
Yeah. That's it. They can decorate it however they want. So if they want to put lettuce and a cheeseburger on there, go ahead. Whatever, as long as it's on a stick in the cup. So that'll be real interesting. The one stipulation is they can't use Colorado seasoning on that. So we want to make sure the judges have fun, but not that much fun.
Yeah, no drug testing.
Yeah, we don't want to I got to get back to the back doctor. Steak and wings, got those covered. And then next weekend we're down in West. We've got the Old West Steak Cook-Off down there.
Yes.
That's going to be a good one.
And I'll be in Memphis. I am doing the Variety Club's first event. I'm real excited about that. Danny Kennedy's the rep. I'm just there for moral support. And hopefully we go way over 50 teams.
I bet we
and
do.
then that shifts right into Mark Lambert's event the next day. So I'm
Variety
doing a
Club.
doubleheader.
All these events coming up have 20-some people in them already.
Yeah.
So they're just going to continue to grow. West is going to continue to grow. Jerry's done a great job setting that up. He's added money and stuff to it. So it'll be a good event. Both the others will be great too. So got some good events in the next week, 10 days. New events. We got.
Who's doing West?
That is Michelle Dang.
Michelle's doing a good job. I'm hearing a lot of good things about Michelle out there on the road.
Yeah, Michelle does a really good job. You put her and Shelly together, then you got really tight judging. They do a great job. But I know she's going to run West, and if I remember right, I may go down. Michelle might go to Waco to go see her mom. And if she does, she's going to drop me off in West, and I can bartend.
Good.
Do a little happy hour
Excellent.
for the cookers if I can get down there. I'll try to get there.
The Masniaks are putting that on, correct?
Correct, yeah. He's done a great job so far with it. And they just sent me a text 2 days ago or a couple days ago, and they already set their date for 2018. They're back.
If the organizers are listening, our schedule next year is really going to be overflowing. It's great. There's a lot of events that will hit same weekends, but we try to keep them geographically far enough apart so that they don't cannibalize each other.
And I'm also found out I can put on the website, I'm creating a form on there for promoters. So they'll be able to just go in there and type in their information for the promoters pack, hit submit, and it'll go straight to me. It's going to save some time on their behalf and ours. So that's cool. It's coming. We've got Operation Tiger Paw booked. It's on 9/23. It's for a young man with Down syndrome that has got into college and is going to go to this special program at Clemson University. So they're raising funds for this young man to go to college. I think it's a great cause, and it seems like it's going to be a really good event.
That's great.
It's got some people that are really involved behind it, so I think it'll be fun.
The SCA members have done some great philanthropic. You
can probably spell it better than you can say it.
Events this year.
They
I
have.
love to see those.
Yes. 9/22, we added Wildwood. It's going to be a barbecue cook-off and a steak cook-off. Steak, one entry gets you into all of it, but steak is on 9/22.
It's the St. Louis Barbecue Society.
Correct, yep. And the city of Wildwood is putting that on. And then we've added one in Muskogee, Oklahoma on 10/14. It's a Bedouin Brew and Q steak cook-off. It's on a Saturday. They also have a barbecue that weekend. I just got rumor that our other event that weekend in Harper, Kansas has canceled. Not canceled, they moved to the following weekend.
Okay.
So that'll be, I'm assuming all the KCBS guys in Harper are going to head down to Bedouin now.
Hope so.
And cook that one. And hopefully the SEA guys do as well. So I think it'll be a great weekend there. That gives us two options that weekend, one in Temple, Texas, and one in Muskogee, Oklahoma. And Danny will run that one. He'll be an Okie from Muskogee that weekend.
Bit of a drive for Danny.
Doesn't he live in...
He lives
Atoka?
in Memphis.
Danny lives in Atoka. I thought. Maybe I got that wrong.
No.
No?
It's going to be a haul for Danny.
Well, Danny may have to be someone else then. I thought he lived in Atoka, Oklahoma.
No, he lives in Memphis.
Meh. Wrong again.
I think John Buswell might be a better choice.
Buswell might be a better choice for that one then. All right.
That's why it takes two of us, folks.
Yes. National rankings. Dan Judd has taken a lead of 12 points now. He got 18 points over the weekend. The dude cooked two in Nebraska. He lives in Arkansas.
He did 3 events, didn't he?
Yeah, lives in Arkansas, drove to Nebraska, and cooked 2 events there, drove overnight, did not sleep. I talked to him in the morning. He said at 7 he was ready to just say forget it and take a nap, just forfeit his entry. And he ended up cooking, and I think he got 3rd place.
Wow.
So he ended up with 18 points for the weekend that gave him the lead. He's got 118 points.
That's just incredible.
Yeah. Scott Lindley got more points again, Mr. Consistent, 106. He's in 2nd.
How far is he from Dan?
He's 12 points back.
Okay.
And he is 16 points ahead of Gene Potts.
And Gene won. Gene got a first place.
Gene got a win. Danny Ewer got a win.
Yeah.
That's his 4th win.
That's incredible.
That's the most anyone's had in a year that I remember.
That's really incredible.
I think that's the most. I think Johnny's had 3, and Bubba Garrett had 3.
Yeah.
I hate to miss anybody here. Sorry if I did. But, yeah, 3. He's got 4 this year. Anyway, and then Joe Castillo is behind him.
Joe Castillo drove a long way.
Take it back. Johnny Joseph and then Joe Castillo. Yeah, Joe drove all the way up. He did Nebraska as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was nonstop. And then Roland Escobedo and Kenny Meeks are tied. And then Larry Dolan is up there as well. 2, 3, 4.
Unbelievable.
That's
Larry's from
12.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Albert Lee.
So we've got a bunch of great guys in there. They are your guys that are kind of your top 10-ish guys. And then guys that are kind of on the bubble, these would be your guys that were in based on points if
They get the invite to Billy Bob's if they don't qualify outright.
before then, yeah. If the season ended today, these would be your guys. Brian Lewis, Alan Newton, Chuck Evans, Shannon Ernest, Brian Rapolo, Christy Murphy, Brent Clark, Joel Anderson, Bill Bond, and Bobby Sandoval. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think
your 10
that's
at the
pretty
moment.
safe for you guys to pack your bags.
I don't know. Well, if you look at it, though, a couple of these guys have 31 points. There's other guys that are... Heath Riles is 3 points out. He's cooking this
Because that's the
weekend.
magic number to creep in.
What's that?
Or
Well, we don't have a magic number yet. We'll get there. We do have 3 replacements that are not coming for sure. So how do those happen? What happens
after
there?
the top 10 rolls into the championship, then the at-large bids are awarded.
And
so
then-
anybody else that is next in line after the top 10 get moved over into the brackets, then the at-large get awarded to the next folks in the points chase.
So it goes to the next in the points chase. So
I believe Heath Riles qualified for Jack Daniels.
did he?
Isn't he Victory Lane?
He is Victory Lane. If he's in the Jack, then he
May not come.
He probably already signed up. He's probably not. He wouldn't come then. It's all right. It's good to know he qualified. If he did. Anyway, there's some guys hanging close there. We'll see what happens as we get closer to the end of the year. You got some results. Let's hit the results, and then I got to get on a plane, Bubba.
I've got to get on a plane too. I've got that going on vacation checklist to do.
Yes. All right, Jacksonville. Gene Skillen won. He's a new member. He joined the week of the cook-off. Clint Farmer got second. Jimmy Ragland got third. Troy Nadal got fourth. Troy, all he does is get calls. He's fourth.
I hope
and
he comes
fifth.
to Billy Bob's
I hope
and
he
brings
gets
some
in.
of his equipment. Yeah.
I don't know where he's at, but he uses the fire butler. Daryl Strickland, Peggy Grimes, girl,
Yep.
$5,000 Peggy Grimes from Kingsford.
Peggy Grimes, yeah.
Yes, we didn't
She's
even
our
mention the
newest
Kingsford
fan.
deal. That's awesome. Brad Stewart got seventh. Jim Bowe got eighth. He's already qualified. Jason Smith got ninth. And Amanda Podlucky, all she does is beat up on her poor boyfriend, got 10th place.
Well, congratulations to them.
Poor Lee. Poor little buddy.
I did Kirbyville, so I'll read the list here. Holden Wright was in 10th place. Trey Whitehead was in 9th place. Sean Miller, 8th place. Vince Colanetta was in 7th. Chad Griffith was in 6th. Kenny Meeks was in 5th place. Donald Salblatuna was in 4th. Nick White was in 3rd place. And then John Payne, 2nd place. And John Payne and Gene Potts tied. They had the exact same score for 1st place.
Okay.
But it went to Gene because Gene had a higher taste score.
Really?
First time there was a straight up tie.
No, there's
Has
one
there
other
really?
time. Yeah, Joe Torres.
I thought it was a 10th.
No, they were tied. It was Joe Torres and Alan Newton tied in Tulsa last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it went to taste, and Joe won it. So he won it on taste.
Yeah, well, anyhow, John
Wow.
Payne got the invite to Billy Bob's.
That's awesome.
Yes.
John is coming to Billy Bob's again.
He was so excited.
Good. That's awesome. Congratulations, John. We did Omaha. You want to do Omaha?
If I can read your handwriting.
Good luck with all that.
Was this day one? Kathleen Nelson got first place.
Yes.
And then Brian Bessick got second place.
Uh-huh.
Scott Lindley was in third. Brian Lewis was in fourth place. Brad Leitner was fifth. Patrick Banks was sixth. Danny Ewer was seventh place. Ryan Friesch was eighth place. Ryan won up in Minnesota.
Yeah, he's qualified.
Good cut, yep. Joel Anderson was in ninth, and Mike Cooper was 10th place.
A lot of those guys are already qualified up there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You had two events. You got a backside.
This was Omaha, I believe.
Yeah, this was day two. This
Yep.
is day one you're going to read now.
Okay, so if I misspoke, I'm reading Omaha's winners. So
Correct.
I'll go from 10th down. Danny Ewer was first place this day. Scott Key was second place and qualified to come to Billy Bob's.
He's only cooked two SCA events. He cooked one in Tulsa this year. I remember talking to him, and he really enjoyed the different atmosphere of it.
Yeah, old Stretch got third place.
Stretch.
Dan Judd, the time traveler, got fourth place.
Time traveler.
Dave Treat was in fifth place. Brian Lewis got the call again. Brian got two calls. Good for him.
He did, yeah.
Saw some great pictures, Brian. Dave Sully was seventh place. Steve Arp was eighth place. Stan Dahensky was in ninth. And Matt Overson, 10th place. So it's good competition. It's underwritten by Omaha Steaks, and they do a great contest up there.
Yep. Well, I was in Climax Springs, and we did a doubleheader there. The first day, 10th place was Shauna Rapolo, and then the happiest guy in the house was 9th place, Brian Rapolo, because he beat Shauna. He got 9th place cooking on his pit barrel. 8th place was Scott Guy. 7th was Chris Strobach, which was a first-time cooker. 6th place, Mr. Bill Bond. 5th was Rachel Blue. She came up, cooked the event. 4th place was Donna Bond. 3rd place was Brian Luke. 2nd place, Carrie Luke. Carrie won the World Food Championships last year, so she can cook steak. Then 1st place, this guy was happier than a big girl the day they brought back Zima. Jeremy Holmes. This guy won. He's been waiting for his day. He took the event, and he was so excited. He might have went out and bought some Zima that day. I don't know. Congratulations.
They still make Zima?
They brought it back recently. I hear it's just as bad as when they took it away. So,
Well, there's no chance in hell of them sponsoring us.
not now, no. 12th place, Amy Hayes. 9th place, Shane Petzel. 8th place, this is day 2 now. 8th place, Jeremy Holmes got it again. 7th place was Joe Castillo. Got a call on his 3rd event of the weekend. 6th place was Bill Bond. 5th place was Brian Rapolo. We got a double. 4th place, Double D, Dwayne Daniel. 3rd place, the time traveler, Dan Judd. And Goose was there. And then 2nd place, Carolyn Guy got a call. And Donna Bond won 1st place. And when she won, you would have thought she won the lottery. She went crazy. The crowd loved it.
Good for Donna.
Yes.
She's been to so many events, and, the
She
family
loved it.
always gets the calls, but she's on a roll.
She won it. And
She's a good cook.
it was her birthday.
Really,
So,
the
yeah.
birthday mojo.
She was excited, so I was happy for her. That was a great weekend. And we did a, what do you call them, overall champions also, where we called them out and then we combined their scores for both days, and then the promoter paid extra money for those.
Uh-huh.
And Donna won that. She won the overall, which I think she won an extra $500
Wow.
with her 2 places. 2nd place, I believe, went to Jeremy Holmes. And I want to say 3rd went to Brian Rapolo. So they all got extra, and I think Carrie Luke, I got 4th or 5th on that. I don't have that in front of me, but it was something different.
Sure.
The promoter put in a little extra money for that, and everybody seemed to enjoy that.
The rules are always the same. It's just the,
Yep.
the outcomes.
Yep. It was a great weekend, and they're going to do another event for OBR, which I know we got one coming next weekend.
Yep,
but
Mark Lambert.
he's doing another one in November at their warehouse. So I think that'll be a fun event as well. Another November event. Season doesn't end, does it, Kenny?
That's all right. No, I'm taking the plunge.
Absolutely. What else you got for us, Kenny?
There's a couple events coming up at the end of the month. Albert Lee, Minnesota, is doing the Big Island Barbecue. There's actually an island in the river right there.
Really?
Yeah, why is the Big Island thing? So there's a big island out in the river, literally.
Right.
That Minnesota sense of humor.
Yeah.
That'll be
Dry
fun.
as a
Dick
pond.
Dolland is going to do his swan song there as a rep. So
Good.
Dick's been doing a good job for us.
He helped us in Climax Springs, did a great job.
And Garfield, Arkansas, the Elkhorn Liquor State Cook-Off. A lot of people involved in kind of getting this one off the ground. It's going to be some great prize packages up there.
Big Time is a
Big
promoter
Time.
there. Isn't
Yep, Shane Gordon's
he? Who's
putting
going
it
to
on.
rep that one? Is it Buswell?
I believe so, yes.
We're both out of the country, so Buswell will be running that one. Good deal.
Yes, sir. And
sir.
then we end up the month, or begin September, actually, at the Bedford Barbecue and Blues Festival. We're going to be doing pork steak there as well on Friday night. It's kind of a double header. Friday night, great value staying there at the event ground. So
Someone asked me about that. Will they be able to? Are there points for Friday night? It's
No.
not steak, so there are not points. But it's a people's choice as well as a regular cook-off. So you could win the cook-off, and then they provide you extra steaks to cook for the public, samples.
yep, and there's some cash involved, isn't there?
Both sides. Yeah, you can win another $1,000 on Friday night, and it's like $100 entry.
Yeah, the points are for beef steak.
Yeah, beef steaks where
This is
points
just
are
a
at.
fun event to get some people in Friday night.
Yep, I think it's gonna be fun.
It is.
I'll be
And
back.
Brett and I will both be there.
Yes, little jet lag, but I'll be there. I come in the night before.
Well, that's all I've got for today.
That's all I got.
I'm
ready
headed
to
down
go
the
to-
road on vacation. Thanks to all of those who listen to our show. We try to
Yes.
keep you posted what's going on. We try not to ramble too much. Sometimes our jokes are funny.
They're always funny.
They're always funny.
Get with the program, buddy.
Especially the first time through.
Yeah.
Have a good
All
weekend,
right.
everybody. Safe travels, and remember to drink your water.
Amen.
All right.
Bye.
Over and out.